And welcome everyone, this is Race on Aus TV. This is the Aus Team Racing GT3 Series Season 1 for 2026. We are going to be kicking off round number 3 at the mighty Bathurst circuit. So that is going to happen very, very shortly. Let's take a quick look back at last week. We were at Monza last week, so it was all good through turn 1, so everyone was on their best behaviour. Driving standards were pretty high through there as well. All made it through, and it was Glori Babi who took the outright victory last week, so another dominating performance from him. So he made it 2 from 2. He's looking to go 3 from 3 tonight. He's already on top of the leaderboard in free practice right now. Then it was Tarub Bank in the ProAm. He qualified in 11th. He finished the race in 9th overall, but that was his first class victory for the season. So it's one apiece in ProAm. Icarus took round 1 at Watkins Glen. Bank took round 2 at Monza last week. And then for Hudson in the AM class, he took out his second in a row, 2 from 2 as well. He qualified 15th. He finished 15th. But a good race overall from him. So having a look at the standings, we've got Glori Babi sitting there in P1 on 75 points. That's including his drop. He get the drop round as well. Alice and Icarus both tied on 72 apiece. Then Hamilton and Burson the same on 69. 66 is Zoo. He wasn't here last week. I do believe I saw he is in the lobby this evening. Skinny Luke, Newman, Bank and Phillips round out the top 10 overall standings. In terms of the Pro-Am, you've got Icarus there sitting atop of the standings there. He's taken a class victory, so is Bank in P2 there as well. And it's Azar, Andy Gallagher in 4th, Harnett, Bear, Anderson, Douglas, Robbins and Bevis rounding out the top 10 there. And then for the AM, we've got the 4 runners. Hudson, as I mentioned, taking it 2 from 2. I don't know if he's in there this evening. I don't think he is, so we're definitely going to have a new AM victor this evening. Hoffman, Whiteman and Anderson. So let's take a look at the track. It is one that needs no introduction. It is the famous Mt Panorama. Plenty of corners. I don't have my track map in front of me at the moment. They'll make their way up through Hell Corner, turn 1, up Mountain Straight, through Quarry, up through the cutting, Sorman Park, across the top there, across the Philomere skyline. They've got the Bathurst 12-hour running right now as we speak this weekend. I think we've got a few people from the Aus Team Racing group up there as well, so shout out to them if they're watching. I think I even saw someone trying to get a setup going up there as well. So good luck to them with that. But that's the pre-race done, and you can see this is where it all stands at the moment. John Zhu just finishing one of his laps at the moment. He's currently sitting in P2. It's that man, Glori Babi, in P1 at 59.992. I'll write that down. We'll see if we get near that in this qualifying session coming up. So I'm a little bit more prepared this week for qualifying and how it's all going to run. It's broken up into 2 parts. So qualifying session 1 will be all the AM drivers and the PM drivers. Sorry, yeah, so the AM and the Pro-Am, except the top 5. So except the top 5 drivers. So where you saw on the standings there, those top 5 drivers, they won't be participating in this qualifying one session.
Go, go, go.
Let's get back to that. And hopefully my timing works straight away this week. It didn't a couple of weeks ago. Yep. I think we're good. Yeah, we are. Beautiful. So it's Daryl Lim in the Artisan entry. He's the first car out there. Lexus. We do have some new names as well this evening. So I think I saw 5 or 6, maybe a few more than that. Yeah, it was 7 drivers. I don't know real names because I've only seen their actual name. I've seen the Discord names. So apologies if I miss you. Produced by Breno. Go Daryl. Hey, Breno Ellis. I heard Breno Ellis doing some commentary the other day. He's got a very smooth voice. He was doing a fantastic job. He was some iRacing. So I had it on. I was like, hang on, I know that name. So shout out to him. I assume that's produced by Breno made that comment. We've got cars out on circuit at the moment. Even Bevis, one of them. So it's all the AM drivers and the PM drivers, Pro-Am drivers, minus the top 5 who've been participating in this 25-minute session. We did it last week. Again this week, just to give everyone the best shot. Big field again, 30 cars, which is phenomenal. I think we had 33 in the first week, so numbers still very, very strong. We're around 3 of 8. So far we've had Watkins Glen, we've had Monza. Next week, next round, I'm not too sure where we are. I want to focus on this round right now because that's where the attention deserves to be. As we're watching Nick James make his way on his lap right now. It's going to be Darryl Lim be the first car to set a time lap. Let's see what he can give us in the Lexus. So 59.992. I'm not expecting him to get that particular time. That was set by Glori Babi in free practice, but that's just going to give us a bit of an idea on what we should see in this session. Go. Ooh, it gets a little bit wild there across the top of Rock Skyline. But all's well that ends well. So plenty of cars out on track. As mentioned, the mixed qualifying. This is looking like a pretty tidy lap so far from Darryl Lim. Way down Conrad. Down 5 gears, second. So this will give us an indication of what sort of time we'll see. He makes his way to the line. I think he's invalidated his lap through there. So we're 202 so far from Green, Bracefield, 202.1, Robbins as well, Marosk, all coming through with times right now. The next one will be Whiteman. So 201.837 is the best time so far. 59.992. Craig Gallagher on the ragged edge. Yeah, that was wild across the top from Lim. Yeah, that was pretty hair raising. See what Whiteman has got here. I think he's invalidated his lap as well, so he'll have to go again. Oh no, 209.1. So just getting his eye in at the moment. Here's Nick James. He's making his way down towards the final corner, Murray's corner. sort of time will we see here? That's an invalid lap as well. Let's go back to Lim. He's got a lap going on at the moment. So he's making his way down Conrad. Looks like it invalidated. Yeah, I reckon he should be given that one for pure ballsiness. Yes. How much would that time be worth, though, the ballsiness? How many tenths does he get to make up? Hard on the brakes, the car lurching forward, down through the gears. Gets on the gas, and he goes to P1. So 2:01.630 is the time from him at this very, very early stage of qualifying. There was car 4. Yeah, they were out there. So here's Desi Brunt. I think he's one of the new drivers as well. I don't have the livery, my apologies. Here's Dylan Douglas. His best time at 2:03.3. He does improve on that. Doesn't improve enough to increase his position. So P8 for now. Got James and Hoffman as well in the later stages of their lap, but we'll stick with Hoffman. He makes his way down out of the chase at the end of Conrad. Too sure he's going to improve his best time over 2:09.1. Some other drivers out there. Oh no, is James. Looks like he's not going to really improve his time much either. So we're almost halfway through this session already. So I think they get about 12.5 minutes each group. James into P8. Here's Brad Braithfield in the Team Kiwi Racing 952. He's 0.3 up on his best time right now. Three tenths up on his best time, so a 2:02.1. 2:01.345 is the fastest time right now. That's green in the 112 McLaren. Let's see what Braithfield does. Good enough for P3 right now at this stage of qualifying. Here's Robbins. He's well off his best time of a 2:01.8, 2:01.9. So he won't improve his time right now. He might have one more go at it. Here's Whiteman. He's improving his time. So this is all the AM drivers. The 2 AMs in the field this evening is Whiteman and Hoffman. So Whiteman currently in P10, Hoffman in P24. Yet to set a valid lap in qualifying right now. Nice and easy on the brakes. He's improving though, he's 0.8 up on his best time. So he's looking alright. He makes his way through Murray's. And he'll improve 0.7. Still remains there in P number 10. Here's James. He's well up on his best time. 1.3 seconds in fact. 2:05.1. It's his best. Gets up on the curb there. And he remains in P9 for now. Here's Green. So he's been the fastest driver out on the track so far. 2:01.345. Just to give you a bit of context, it's a 1:59.92 was the best time. Just watching Skinny Luke. We're camping on top of the mountain watching on. That's so cool. 20 people cheering on, loving it. Shout out to all the Aus Team Racing people up there at the at Bathurst at the 12 hour. Definitely on my bucket list to do. I'd love to get up there and do the 12 hour. I've done Bathurst 1000, but 12 hour I reckon would be a different beast. Here's Green, so he improves by 0.3. So nice work from him. Here's Robbins. He's not going to improve on his time. Here comes Hayden Bevis. He's 6/10 up on his best time. 2:02.2. 6/10. So that'll get him PU2 right now. So nice work from him. Here's Whiteman continuing his work. He's 9/10 up on his best time. Morosk is well down at this stage. I think we'll start to see some more cars filtering out onto the track very, very shortly at this first phase of qualifying, where it's all the AM and the Pro-Am drivers minus the top 5 that you would have seen in the standings. So Icarus, Bank, Azar, Gallagher and Harnett. Here's Morosk. He won't improve on his time. What about Bracefield? Coming across the top of the mountain right now in the Lamborghini, across Skyline. Nice and tidy. And we'll begin his descent down the mountain. Making his way down through the S's into the dipper. Oh, absolutely phenomenal feeling when you nail that. Wish I could join you all there tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, that is not good. Not good from Bracefield. Just lost it there. Let's see what happened. Oh, it's into the wall and bang. That was a big one too. So he's just getting that out before the real stuff starts. All right, he's still there. That's not going to be good. That's for other cars coming through. Ah, there he goes. He's now teleported back to the pits. Here's Green. 787. Oh, Hoffman also, I think he had an off up there as well. These guys all just finishing up right now. Green into the pits. Hayden Bevis, he's invalidated his lap. Morosk is possibly improving on his time. And we'll start to see the rest of the field. So the qualifying session 2, this will be the top 5 Pro-Am drivers and all of the Pro drivers will be out there very, very shortly. Morosk has the track all to himself right now, and I can see movement in the pits, and drivers are all entering now. So, have a look at that. Plenty of cars out on track. This is the man they're all trying to catch, though, at the moment. Glori Babi, he's our championship leader. He's gone 2 from 2. What was the fastest time in that qualifying session? So a 2:01.092. That's not too bad, you know. That's pretty good. So that was from Jake Green. So big congratulations to Jake Green. That was nice work from him. Matt Bursa, one of the cars out on track. Hederman. He had a few scrapes last week. A couple little just a bit of bumping and grinding last week was Hederman, so I'm sure he'll be hoping for a little bit more of a calmer race this week. Chris Wren in the Ferrari. Michael Lazar is out there as well. Ben Newman. Who else? Lockie Bevis. Hayden Bevis was out in the first session, the 747, so 2:01.585. It's Icarus just getting a little bit in the way there, or Etch-a-Sketch changes his name every week. No, there's Icarus as well, so they're both. It was Etch-a-Sketch wasn't here last week. Icarus definitely was, because he is leading the Pro-Am class championship right now. Vinny Canero out there in the Aston Martin. John Zhu is back, so let's keep an eye on this car here throughout proceedings this evening. Gary Lawless, Pub Boys Racing. Simon Phillips as well. I like these, the Meatworks Lexus. Jack Steele. Jack Steele, that's a familiar name. Oh, what's Babby doing? He's out there. Here we go. So he's heading up Mountain Straight now. Track's at Optimum. There's The qualifying session time was set to 1 p.m. Nice and everyone who camped up there as well around Lady Silverman. There last night. But, oh, that's so cool! That's awesome. They did the live stream from back. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, not gonna lie, that's awesome. Doesn't mind something to say. Renault's in blue. Oh, how good was that? He's flying right now, Glori Babi. He's absolutely throwing that thing down the mountain, getting so close to the walls as well. He's right on the edge right now. Absolutely going for it, straight out the box. He makes his way down Conrod Straight. Let's just listen for a bit. Glorious sounds emanating from that Lexus V8 engine. So will he be on one? So 1:59.992 was the fastest time that he had in practice. What's he going to come up with here? Hamilton's gone top, and the straightaway Glori Babi a 2:04.12. So straight away, top of the standings, a 2:09 from Hamilton there in the number 15 Aston Martin. So good work from him. Hederman will be the next one down at the end of Conrod. So already putting a gap. Hamilton, yeah, P3, 2:09. What's Ben Hederman got? He was up the sharp end of the field last week in Monza. And he's up there again already in P3. Azar crosses the line. Here's Newman in one of the Meatworks entries. As Zoo goes to the top of the times. A 2:01.32. So what has Glori Babi got in response to that? He's already almost half a second up. 4.5 tenths up on his best time right now. I think he's got Hamilton just up ahead there. Look how close he's getting to the doors there. Just pulling it up. 6 tenths now up on his best time. Zoo is out there as well. 6.5 minutes left, so time for another couple of runs if they want after these laps. But Babi, 6 tenths up on his best right now. Hamilton is just up ahead of him. You can see Babi just there in the rear view. So Hamilton, he's going to improve on his time, a 2:09. He's a few tenths up. So once he crosses the line, we'll go across to Babi and see what he has. Hamilton goes into fourth. Babi goes back to the top of the times. So a little bit of back and forth right now for pole position. Chris Wren, he improves his time. He goes up into P6. Burston's going to hit the line now. He'll move up into P5. Here's Kevin Harnett in the other Team Kiwi Racing, the 951 entry, as opposed to Bracefield in the 952. He improves up into P20. Here's Gary Lawless from Pub Boys Racing. He's in P11. He's up by a couple of tenths right now. Jack Steele is out there as well, so he's improving on his time. He's in P4 right now, 2:05. 4 tenths up on his best time. Not going to call. I might move him up into P3. Let's flick across to him now. Let's see what he's got here. He does. He moves up into P3 with 5 minutes left in this qualifying session, setting the grid for round number 3 of the GT3 Series 1 for Aus Team Racing. You're watching it on Ruse TV. If you are interested in the league, there is a link in the description to the website. There's a link to the Discord on the website, so you can find that and you can check them. You can get in touch with the right people who are more than welcome to accommodate you and welcome you to the league as well. So we've got a few new drivers out there this evening. Great to see another strong field, 32 cars, absolutely phenomenal around a world-class circuit as well. And we're watching Philip Hamilton in the number 15 Aston Martin. It's a couple of tenths up on his best time. He's a second off the lead though. Glori Babi at 59.645, so 3 tenths faster than what we saw in free practice. He's almost half a second ahead of John Zhu right now. Steele, Hederman and Hamilton remains in P5. Bursa is one of the cars up the front of the field. He's in P8. Lockie Bevis is in P7 just ahead of him. Some different times here. Bursa goes up into P6. Nice work from him. What about Damo Icarus? He is the leader of the ProAm division and he's in P6, so great work from him. Give out to Gary Lawless. I've got a bit of a magnet on him right now. Matt Azar in the 444 is out. They're just trying to get across the entire field. Here comes Azar, 444 Racing. Back to, not Phillips, who was it? It was Wells. Lawless, there we go. I got there on the third try. Lawless goes up into P11. Here's Wells. He goes up into P11 now, so it's a very popular spot at the moment. Here's Phillips in the Meatworks entry, so he's 5 tenths up on his best time at 2:01.4. So he will make up a couple of spots here if he can land this time. Less than 3 minutes remaining now, so the session is starting to heat up. Track it is at optimum. Temperature is 20 degrees air. Track temperature is 28. Phillips goes up into P13. Here's Andrew Gallagher, sorry, my mistake. In P9, he's a 4 tenths down on his best lap at the moment. What about Hamilton? Hamilton's 1.5 tenths up. He's currently in P6. You need to make up a bit more ground than that to try and get ahead of Lockie Bevis. Hederman's in the pit, so you'd have to think that's probably his qualifying session all done and in the books. Let's see what Hamilton can do here, just coming through Murray's. He's going to improve his time, but not his position, so he'll remain in P6. Andrew Gallagher won't improve his time or his position. Chris Wren will improve his time and his position. He'll go up into P7. Nice work from him. Here's Matt Azar in the 444. He's 19th. He's 3.5 tenths up. So Babi and Zhu are both out there circulating right now. Jack Steele currently sitting in third. He's circulating at the moment. He's 1.5 tenths up on his best time. That would be good enough to get him onto the front row of the grid. Let's just stick with Azar just until the end. We've got a little bit of an issue with 15, I think, just up through Griffin's Bend, but that's all taken care of. And Azar goes into P18. Here's Etch-a-Sketch, P22. But let's get to Jack Steele. He's a 10th up on his best time. That would be good enough to get him onto the front row of the grid. Babi and Zhu still just circulating. Steele moves up into P2. So nice work there from Jack Steele in the Lexus. Here's Simon Phillips coming through into Murray's. Less than a minute to go now. Car 16 at Hull Corner. Not too sure who that is. But Phillips remains in P14 for now. Here's Andrew Gallagher in the Porsche, currently sitting in P10. He is P4 in the Pro-Am Championship at the moment as well. So he's having a good run. Dan Icarus leads the way. Tarub Bank is not racing this evening. I haven't seen his name. And neither is Hudson, so the leader of the AM Championship. Steele is out there. Glori Babi just looks like he's circulating. John Zhu has just started a lap. Bursa is down on his best time. Icarus is up. Let's stick with Gallagher until the end and see if he improves. I don't think he will. So we've gone 000, and we've got a few cars still left out there. Let's go to Icarus. Can he move his way up into P7 or a little bit higher even? He was 2 tenths up on his best time. Currently sitting at 1.5. Let's see what it is after he makes his way through Murray's short run to the line. Goes up into P7. Nice work from him. Jack Steele, the man who's in P2 at the moment. So it looks like Babi is not gone again. So he was happy, or it says that he's all done. He's still, he's not going to improve on his time right now. What about Gary Lawless? Just wrapping up the final runners here. Lawless, P13, 3/10 up on his best time. Can he crack the top 10? He does, P9. Nice work there from Gary Lawless. Here's Lockie Bevis. He's 4/100ths down on his best time. So let's just flick across though to John Zhu. Jump on board with the 45. He is about a 10th up on his best time. He needs 7/100ths of a second to jump Jack Steele onto the front row of the grid. At the moment he's got the time, but there's still a few more corners to go until the end of the lap to make it count. The countdown's getting a little bit closer as well, a minute 25, so they're leaving it right to the very end. Babi decided not to go. Babi was just cruising around out there. I think he was just maybe just checking times. And Zoo, will he get on? No, he doesn't. So he doesn't make the front row of the grid on that final run. He will remain there in P3, 7/100ths of a second. 7/1000ths of a second, in fact, behind Jack Steele. So extremely close there. And you've got Lawless just cruising around. But once again, it was that man, Glori Babi. He has taken pole position. It's 3 from 3 for Glori Babi, and it was about half a second as well. Just having a look through here for PM cars and whatnot. I don't really sort of have a bead on that, but as far as the AM drivers go, Whiteman was the fastest of the AM with Hoffman there, the only 2 AM drivers. And I think it might have been Lawless as the highest of the Pro-Am drivers as well. So that is the grid. All 32 cars out there right now. We've got a couple of minutes before we get this started, so I will be back in about 1 and we'll be underway to get round number 3 of the Aus Team Racing GT3 series underway. All right, here we go. So 45 seconds to go. I'll drop in 15 and we will be getting things underway, but it's an all Lexus front row. Don't see that very often. Glori Babi and Jack Steele were the as the front row of the grid. Zoo just missing out, only just Hedderman in there as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how he goes. I mentioned he had a little bit of bumping and grinding last week. See if he can stay out of trouble as we get this one underway. Icarus there in P7. Chris Wren is going to start there from 8th. Lawless and Bursa there. The Bentley. You don't see too many Bentleys these days. And here we go. Ooh. I do like these starts. It caught me out the first week, but I Bevis there, just getting himself all sorted. So 32 cars, round number 3. It's Aus Team Racing, the GT3 series. We are about to get things started. There it is. Looks like Babi got a pretty good run. Steele's going to try and go with him side by side into Hell Corner. Here comes Zoo. Holding on to P3. He's got Hederman. Do they make any contact? Not yet. Up Mount Straight. Looks like everyone has managed to get away nice and cleanly. So once again, 2 weeks in a row, phenomenal driving from everyone. And we've got a clean grid away, all 32 cars. Fantastic. Great effort from everyone. We've got a little bit of movement throughout the field as well. Lockie Bevis, he started in 5th. He's already dropped 3 spots. He's into 8th. Chris Wren, he's already moved up into 10th. Green, he's moved up into 16th. Darryl Lim, he's moved down, into P20 as the field all begins to snake up the mountain across the top now. But it's Babi leading them away, as he has done for most of the 2 races that we've already seen this season. As they head down the mountain for the first time. Oh, that's Steele into the wall. That was a big one. Let's just watch the replay here of Steele. Watch this, and oh, that's a fair old whack, that is. Go back to live images. He's in P4. Let's have a look how the steering is. Not too bad. So hopefully he will be able to keep on going without too much issue. But have a look at the clean set of heels that this man is putting on the field already. Glori Babi just sprinting away right now. Hederman though, he's already moved up into P2, so he's had a great start. Jack Steele, I wonder if something happened to John Zoo there out of Forest Elbow there, because he's fallen down into P4 there. Can't really see anything. Here's Icarus, so he's dropped a couple of spots as well. Down there in 8th, but a good clean first lap. You'll love to see it. Here's Whiteman as well. Right now, Vinny Canero just making a move there on Matt Bursa. Lawless has dropped a couple of spots as well in the Bentley down into P9. But right now, Babi's already opened up a lead of 2 seconds over Hederman, who's followed by Steele, then Zoot, then Hamilton. That's the top 5. We're all pretty tightly bunched. Lockie Bevis, you saw there in the 474 McLaren. So we're all heading down the mountain again. And we're doing a 90-minute race tonight. I was not aware of that. There you go. I thought we were just doing the old 65, but it is a 90-minute race. Is that supposed to be 90 minutes tonight? Oh well, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, 90 minutes, there you go. Attention to detail, not my forte. Absolutely not my forte. So there you go. It is 90 minutes. So it's no limitations either on pit stops either. So no mandatory stops this evening, as it has been already for the first 2 rounds. It's Vinny Canero going down there. From Wallace and Wren. Wren makes a little bit of contact with the wall. And then Canero manages to get past there. So goes up into P9. In the meantime, Steele and Hedderman battling it out for P2. So it looks like that first lap incident with the wall hasn't necessarily impacted Steele too much. He's clearly able to drive around it because it was a fair old whack. So I dare say it would be hindering his performance a little bit. But he seems to be battling on all right. Glori Babi, 2.4 seconds is the lead right now. You can see Zoo just a bit further back there. He's got Hamilton for company at the moment. Got an issue. Oh, it is. It's Phillips, the Meatworks entry. Let's see what happened here. Oh, we caught the tail end of it. And then, he was already all over the place. And that's Bursa, I think, involved with him there. Yeah, it is. Those two getting back going again. Tarub Bank is here as well. So, I hadn't seen him in qualifying or free practice. But he's making a very late entry in this one. He's P2 in the ProAm Championship. We'll monitor his progress, but he's entering the track in P32 right now. So we've got a couple of little groups right now. Babi's a group by himself. He's a one-man show, 2.3 seconds ahead of Hedderman, although Hedderman is holding his own. So 2-minute .922 versus an 897 on that previous lap. So Hedderman a little bit faster than Babi on that previous trip around. That Aston Martin definitely got some pace in it right now. We're watching Lockie Bevis. So he's battling it out with Hamilton, who has Zoo ahead of him. And then it's about 1.5 seconds the difference between Steele and Zoo right now. But I think the more impressive thing is the quality of the driving from everyone. We haven't seen any major incidents whatsoever in this 32-car field around a track that you often do see first lap incidents, early race incidents. Hamilton just having a little bit of a look at Zoo. It's going to be a hard man to pass. Doing his best right now in the astonished and confused Aston Martin. Got Lockie Bevis for company though. I reckon it's a pretty good way to spend a Friday evening, watching some top class racing. It's Canero trying to put a move here on Christopher Wren. They head up Mountain Straight. And I think Vinny is going to be able to pull that off. He does. Doesn't outbrake himself. Keeps a nice tidy line. And away you go. So Vinny Canero moves up there into number 8. So just the top 3 just starting to sort of spread themselves out a little bit. Babi and Hedderman still very, very close on time, so Babi's getting pretty close to the wall too. So a 2-minute .885 versus a 2-minute .932 to Hedderman. So not much in it, 2.2 seconds is the official gap. But Hedderman has some legitimate speed in that Aston Martin. So Glori Babi might have a bit of a fight on his hands this evening. It's going to be very interesting to see how the pit stop strategies shake themselves out. Bevis having a little bit of a go. I wonder if he fancies his chances at the end of Conrod as he tries to tuck into the draft. Hamilton does the same. The the Lamborghini in front. Steele set the fastest time of the race, 2-minute .845. Wee, a bit of oversteer there from Bevis. Just have a little look further down the field. Some other good little battles going on. Desi Brunt, another Pub Boys Racing entry. He's got Matt Azar, 444 versus number 4. Battle of the fours. Down in 19th and 20th at the moment. Nick Picken gets the move done. So move on James. That's 3 Ford Mustangs in a row. And that's Bursa going down the inside of James. So he loses two positions in 2 corners. And Bursa up into 25th, James down into 26th position. Hamilton still firmly attached to the rear of the 45. And looks like we've got a change of what's happened to Glori Babi. Oh no, have we had a disconnect? I think we have. I can't see him on the timings on my timing screen. He's on the game timing screen, but I cannot see him on mine. It says that Hederman is in the lead with Steele in second. Babi, I can't find him. I think we might have had a disconnect. Sorry, where are you, Babi? Yeah, 819. Yeah, yellow read. That's 819. That's Daniel Lim. What's happened here? Oh, he's already facing the wrong way, and that is a very precarious place to be. In the meantime, I can't see Babi on my screen. I think he's done. I think he's out. Go back to live images. Yeah, I think Babi is out. It has to be disconnect. So that is very, very bad luck. But yeah, I can't see him on my timing screen anyway. He's not on the game timing screen either. And that is very, very unfortunate for Glori Babi. He's not going to make it 3 in a row tonight. Oh, that's some real rotten luck of not of his own doing at all. Produced by Breno says, yikes, I definitely curse Babi here. There's no such thing as a curse, it's a bit of bad luck. That's rough. That's really, really rough for Babi. So no fault of his own. Internet disconnection or some sort of network disconnection, and he's out. He was leading it. It was shaping up to be a cracking race too, because Hederman had the pace. So maybe we might find out down the track what happened. Oh, Hamilton into the wall. Let's see how that came about. That's a decent hit as well. So he goes across Skyline, and does he just hang it out a little bit too far? He didn't. Oh, he was approaching there with a rapid rate of knots, and that is a big hit. That's a big old hit for Hamilton. Yeah. So how's it looking on board? Oh, that's not good. Left hand down. That is not good at all. So that is going to be in need of a fairly lengthy stint in the pits. That's Vinny Canero making his way past. I really struggle to get it around there as well. A few other cars coming behind him. So Hamilton into the pits. Big hit. Big hit, that one. And that is going to require a lot of time in the pits for him. Yeah, Craig Gallagher, that sucks so bad for Glori. It does, because it was looking like it was going to be a good competition, and there he is. He's in the pits. So yeah, some sort of disconnection issue. Whether he gets back out there or not, see. But unfortunately, that is his race done. So I guess the silver lining is that he'd won the first two races. Breno Ellis, his main rival, is not racing this evening. And then Icarus is sitting third in the championship. He's fifth on the road right now in the Lexus. Currently 2.2 seconds behind Lucky Bevis. So he's got an opportunity here to make a bit of hay while the sun shines. And I dare say he might be our new championship leader. Oh, no, he probably won't. He won't because Glori Babi still will. And then with Hamilton out, so it's all sort of falling the way of Damo Icarus right now. Super Bogan says you can't park there, sir. Yeah. Here's Lucky Bevis. He and Zoo, they had a great battle at Watkins Glen for the first race of the season. Absolutely cracking battle they had. They went back and forth for a good portion of that 65 minutes. And then Lucky Bevis had that pit stop where he just went a little bit too fast. He got that stop go speeding in the pits, and it was all over for him after that one. And then, what's he done in the other race? Lucky Bevis. No, can't see that. So he's trying to set it down the inside though of Hell Corner on the 45. Look at Racefield. Hayden Bevis. Oh no! I think I've gotten him too late. Who's that other car in the pits? That is Hoffman. And that's Hayden Bevis. So that's a fair whack. I dare say that's happened across the top of the mountain as well. And then Lucky Bevis. I think he might have made his way past momentarily on Zoo. Familiar position for him. Or did they swap? I think they did swap. So Zoo now on the charge. 2:01.755. Hederman's flying. Hederman is absolutely flying out there. 2:09.47. Only 2/10 off the fastest lap of the race. That was set by him. So yeah, he's flying right now. Is Hederman. Slide there from Zoo in the 45 in the Lamborghini ahead. Oh, that's Icarus, I reckon, just gave the wall a little bit of a tap. Let's see if we can catch that on the replay here. Is it on the exit? Yep. He runs a little bit wide there. It just gives it a bit of a glancing blow, if you like. Back to live action. And that's Bevis and Zoo making contact there. And Bevis gets through. Let's have a look on the replay. Bevis is going to go down the inside. Little bit of contact. Zoo did well there to keep a hold of that. Bevis goes through. Away they go. So I think he's redressed that, Lucky Bevis, if I were to hazard a guess. But in doing so, he's allowed Dan Icarus into this little battle here as well. So even though he clipped the wall on the exit of Forest Elbow, Icarus finds himself in the fray with Zoo and Bevis. And then that car behind, that's Vinny Canero. So he's in this fight, as is Chris Wren as well. Yeah, I can't get the replay of Hayden Bevis, unfortunately, on that one. I was a little bit too late. So this is turning into a nice little battle. Yeah, I can't get that one for you, boys. I do apologise. Maybe someone will post the race replay. 386. 386. Oh no! Oh, that's the Meatworks entry of Phillips. Let's see what happened here. Oh, I've caught the tail end of it. Oh, Car's just missing it, and then bang, just didn't see him. And that is a big one. So Icarus is still there. Oh, that's Etch-a-Sketch, sorry. Etch-a-Sketch. He and Icarus, Alpha Pack Racing, I think. But he's getting himself going. Yeah. And now he's away. That was rough. We saw last week, who was it? The car just sitting on the straight towards Ascari chicane last week. Can't remember who the driver was. Here's Bevis now. Trying to put a move on the other Alpha Pack Racing entry of Dan Icarus in the 222. So all 4 cars, these are all 4 position. But Hederman absolutely blitzing the field right now. He just pumped into 2 minutes. What are you doing, Nick? A 2 minute .805. This is great stuff. This is good. This is good hard racing right now. Zoo, Icarus, Bevis, Canero getting in there as well. If they keep on squabbling, Chris Wren might just catch the end of this little group too. That car has looked a little bit unstable for Zoo so far this evening. And this is Icarus running wide at the top of Skyline. And so he loses the spot out to Lockie Bevis. And now he's got Vinny Canero all over the back of him. Icarus under a fair bit of pressure right now from Vinny Canero. They make their way down Conrad Straight. Here goes Vinny. Not quite. Not quite enough. Oh, then he goes down the inside. He gives him the old over-under. Nice driving there from Vinny Canero. Good driving from Icarus as well to be aware of the move. But that was pretty sweet. Here's Chris Wren as well. He's looking to get a spot back too. Not quite. He's got Lawless there. I think that's Glori Babi on the end of him as well. It is. So he's back out there. He's circulating. He'll try and accumulate some points. But he is a fair way. I think he's about 3 laps off the lead lap right now. So a long way back. Unfortunately for him, a disconnect tonight. I think it's really robbed us of what would have been a pretty epic fight, because this man here is absolutely flying. So last lap was a 2 minute .887. Jack Steele, for comparison, did a 2:01.785, and then everyone else is in the 2:02s. Gallagher did a pretty tidy lap as well, 2 minute .1957 that last lap. So he's down there in P number 9 is Andrew Gallagher. He's sitting P4 in the ProAm Championship after a couple of rounds. Back to this scrap. It started to sort of stretch out a little bit, but it's Hederman, Steele, Zoo, Bevis and Canero. That's your top 5. Then Icarus, Wren, Lawless, Gallagher, Wells. That's your top 10 right now. Also the AM runners, because we're almost 24 minutes into this 90-minute race. So one of only a couple of Lexus, so there's 4 Lexus in fact in the field. So Babi is out there circulating, as is Bank. So Bank came in late as well. That's some dedication right there. Still have all 32 drivers out on track. Track conditions beautiful, optimum. 20 degrees air temperature, 26 degrees track temperature. There was talk of possibly some rain as well, some light rain was forecast. What's happened here to Lim? Oh, caught the tail end of it. And yeah, whack. So he's getting back underway. He's down there in 24th at the moment is Daniel Lim. We'll go back to live images. I think Douglas just getting past Marosk there for 19th and 20th. Those two a little bit further down the field. And here's Lockie Bevis and Zoo ready to do battle once again. Yeah, I've noticed that Lamborghini just looking a little bit nervous in some places. I'm sure that John Zoo is all over it though, and is in very, very capable hands right now. What Bevis can do. Can you catch a little bit of a toe here? Last lap around he was 6/10 faster. Bevis was 6/10 faster. Will you give him the old Vinny Canero? Goes right and then goes left? Nah, just stays right. He's better of it. One of the braking board there. This is Ren and Icarus. What's happened here? Down at the end of Conrad. He pulls out of the draft. And he sent it. Just couldn't pull it up in time. So, all things considered, not a bad outcome. As Lawless gets past Ren as well. And that's Gallagher. This is all for position. This is 8th, 9th and 10th. That's Glori Babi. Unfortunately for him, disconnect. So he's circulating in P31 right now. Andrew Gallagher might be wondering what the hell is the guy who put it on pole position. Why is he behind me at the moment? He might know as well. And Bevis and Zoo, they've swapped positions. Let's see how this happens. Oh, Zoo just ran a little bit wide there. And Bevis was able to take advantage and walk through, and Lockie Bevis, barring a little bit of bad luck, that speeding in the pit lane in round one, Lockie Bevis would be well up there in the championship. It's Vinny Canero though, so he's going to put the pressure on the 45. With him. So yeah, there was a little bit of weather talked about that we could have experienced some light rain. That hasn't proven to be the case. That was pretty good from Vinny Canero to keep that on the track facing the right way. John Zoo lives to fight another day. And that was some good stuff from the 1-2-3 Aston Martin. Got a couple of cars in the pits, Douglas and Marosk. That looks like it's all just pretty stock standard stuff. Yeah, Desi Brunt will have to get his livery for next week. What do we got? Who's in there? Douglas. About a minute and a half they're spending in there. Check out some top speeds as well. So Hedman 282 down through the speed track, but he's the highest, 292. Daniel Lim in the 819 Lexus. 287 to Steele, Bevis 289, Zoo 283, Canero and Icarus 288. Like Bevis just putting a little bit of a gap now on Zoo. It's 2.5 seconds. 9.7 seconds is the difference between Steele and Bevis. Let's go. Good luck, everyone. That's eating meat since 82. Have a look at this three-way battle going on right. Hang on. There it is. I thought I went to the right one. Oh, that's Hoffman. So he's just trying to get out of the way there. Good driving from him in the end. And Vinny Canero is just all over the back of the rear wing of the Lamborghini. And that's Dan Icarus making his way through as well with Hoffman. So, tricky spot for Hoffman there. Vinny Canero, not a tricky spot for him. That is a little bit tricky going around the outside there. It's going to be a drag race down the start-finish straight into turn 1, Hell Corner. Looks like Zoo's just going to hold his line when he will try and just switch back a little bit here and chase him up Mountain Straight. Here we go. He does have a higher top speed, significant, about 6 kilometers faster than Zoo, and that's putting it into practice right there. Oh, did he run wide though? I think he did. He's just able to catch it. Oh, no, he didn't. So he lost too much ground there. So he did all the hard work, Vinny. And then, unfortunately, just came unstuck just at the final phase of the execution. And, oh, looked like he gave the wall just a little bit of a nudge there. Oh, and again. So he's just losing a little bit of composure here. Gave the wall a fair scrape. You can see that on the side of the car. And that's going to let Zoo just off the hook a little bit. And it's going to open up the door for Icarus here, which will put further pressure on Canero, who's already getting a little bit ragged. And in the meantime, Lawless gets past Icarus. So it's all happening. Gary Lawless, it's his first race of the season. Doing quite well right now. He's in P6. In the Bentley, he started in P9, so up 3 spots for him in the Pub Boys Racing entry. It's doing very nicely presented. I like this Bentley. Very nicely presented. So Canero just has to sort of regather himself a little bit right now. Zoo, a little bit of traffic. I think that was Newman. I think that opens up the door for Canero to go around the outside. And he does it finally. So he gets past Zoo. He moves up into P4. That was a wild lap from Vinny Canero. All of that happened in the space of just 1 lap. And now he's setting off to do it all over again. Just trying to break the slipstream of Zoo there. But Zoo following over to the left-hand side of the track. And Canero now just has regathered himself, recomposed himself. He's back underway, but we've got a nice little 4-pack sort of battle here for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Good stuff going on here. Round number 3. If you want to be a part of this action, you can sign up. There's a link for Aus Team Racing in the description of the video. I've got a Discord link on there as well, so you can check that out if you are interested in getting involved with these guys and getting out on track. All are welcome. Just hit that link and you can make your way through from there. I haven't talked enough about this man. He's been pumping in some pretty hot lap times. So he started in P4, did Hederman, and he was matching it. It was only 2 seconds the difference between he and Babi when Babi had the disconnect. But Ben Hederman has really been head and shoulders above the rest of the pack once Babi had left. But like I said, he was matching it with him previous to that. But yeah, 2:01.145 on that previous lap there. One of the fastest cars out on circuit, if not the fastest. Steele doing a great job as well, 5.5 seconds. So He's 5.5 seconds from Hedderman, and he's 9.6 seconds ahead of Bevis. So it's a bit of a lonely race for the 996 Lexus in P2. And then Lockie Bevis doing a great job. He's there sitting in P3. He's sort of similar. He's 9.6 seconds away from Steele, but he's got a gap of 5.8 seconds from Vinny Canero, we can see on the screen, being chased by Zoon, Lawless and Icarus right now in 5th, 6th and 7th. Another car in the pits, that's Whiteman, just making his stop. So no mandatory stop requirements this evening in the 90-minute race. Open slather. And we've already gone a third race distance, just over. So 35.5 minutes have elapsed. Still got 54.5 to go. And we still have all 32 cars out on circuit as well. It's the time, 4:36 p.m. Time for the kick-off. I think it was 2 p.m. because qualifying is 1 p.m. I think. And what was the time multiplier? I didn't check that there. Oh, it's 4-time multiplier. Yeah, we started at 2 p.m. Yeah, 90-minute race, 4-time multipliers. Now it's going to be good. We're going to finish under sort of some possibly darker conditions. It's already getting into the later part of the afternoon, 4:39 p.m. in-game time. So will we see a bit of sunset action around Mt Panorama? It's definitely one of the appeals of the 12 hours. Well, the sunset though, that can be quite blinding as you go across the top of the skyline. Not so much the sunset. Sunset's not too bad. From memory, anyway. What happened to A. Gallagher? Was on the rear of Chris Wren after Rennie's dropped off 5.5 seconds. Yeah, there you go. Gallagher, so let's see. Oh, I think he's had an incident somewhere, judging by the front of that and the rear of that that Porsche. See if we can get a sort of closer look at him. I'm not too sure. I think he's 6.1 seconds off the back off Ren. Last lap he did a 2:02.8. Before that it was a 2:03. So it doesn't look like he's had major contact with anything, but it looks like he's had a few sort of scrapes and scraps along the way. But looking all right now. He's got, that is Wells, that's 4th position. That's 1.2 seconds. Wells, that previous lap, was a 2:03.1 compared to a 2:02.8, so it was 0.3 the difference. I think he might have just had a little sort of excursion somewhere, possibly. The gap, between Gallagher and Wren is 7 seconds now. As we have a look at Wren, he's only a second behind Icarus. Lawless has been impressive. It's been really impressive. Not seen him race before, but started 9th in P6. Really holding his own right now. Logan's falling backwards now from the damage. Yeah, possibly. I'm not too sure what specific damage he suffered. What's going on here between these two? Oh, that's across the top of the mountain. This is Brunt. So he's done well to gather that up and not end up in the wall or facing the wrong way through there. We go back to live images. He's 2.4 seconds behind Azar. Yeah, but Lawless has been, he's been really impressive in the Bentley. Right-hand drive. Race is just in a little bit of a holding pattern at this stage. Lawless, and then you've got Green as well. He's all over the back of Arnott. Now the Team Kiwi Racing entry, 951, the sister car of 952. 952. Where are you, 952? That's Bracefield. He's just a car behind these guys. So he's sitting in 13th. He's 13 seconds off the back of these two, though. So it's just a straight fight right now between Harnett and Green. Maybe I don't have both their liveries. I'll have to double check that before the next race in a couple of weeks. Commonwealth's pick it up. Is that Chris Wells? Oh, there you go. Just behind Christian Wells. So, behind Icarus Gallagher here. So last lap from Gallagher was a 2:02.590, and Chris ran. Icarus is in the pits. There you go. That's the reason for the moving up in the leaderboard. So, which sort of does make sense, as we're almost at the halfway mark of this one. So expect to see some pit stops happening in the near future. Who am I trying to get here? Lawless. So Lawless just got past Zoo. Let's see how that came about. We're going up Mountain Straight. Did Zoo just get a bit of a short exit there? A weak exit, and yeah, that looked pretty easy for Lawless, who continues to impress on his season debut. I'm not too sure how familiar he is with Aus Team Racing. Could be a veteran, I don't know. But yeah, so far, this is his first race of this particular season. Doing really well. Who was I looking at before? Yeah, so it was Wells and Gallagher. This was a little battle forming. Brunt has managed to get past Azar. Let's see if we can see how that came about. Oh, he ran wide through Griffin's, and then just allowed him, to sneak through up into 13th. Lucky for some, unlucky for others. Glori Babi, he definitely didn't have any luck today, unfortunately for him. So he's down there in 29, still circulating, 13 seconds off Etch a Sketch. He was about 4/10 faster though on that previous lap. Andy Bear, my man, I haven't even seen him tonight. He's down there in 21st, so he's making his pit stop. I think Lockie Bevis is making his stop as well. So one of the front runners entering the pits at 43-minute mark. Here we go, back to Wells and Gallagher. Peterman continues to be absolutely just on fire right now, as that is, I think, Hoffman again. He's a trier, Hoffman. He isn't a quitter. He just keeps on going. He's got the fighting spirit. Just Hoffman down in the 787. Doesn't give up. Here's Hayden Bevis. He's not giving up. He's got Morosk just ahead of him. Out of Hell Corner. So plenty of action in the pits. So Bevis, Green. So that's Lockie Bevis. Green, Azar and Bracefield. They're all making their stops. Get an idea on pit stop times. There's Hayden Bevis. Makes a little bit of contact there with the Ferrari in front. Morosk. Bracefield and Azar still in there, so we'll see when the leaders will come in as we're about to broach the halfway mark of this one. Round number 3, 3 of 8. Every second Friday night. Good way to finish your week and enter the weekend. And yet, plenty of car racing this weekend, the Bathurst 12 hour. supercars are back soon. Although you wouldn't think it, they don't have a lot of advertising, do they, for supercars? F1, back testing. NASCAR, I had the, what was that, with that race at that, it's like their, it's like where NASCAR was born. I can't remember what it was called. But they raced in the west. It was so cold there, it was like snowing like a week before the race. And then it was sleet. And they didn't call them rain tyres, they called them wet weather tyres. It was quite, I'd never seen it before. It was just a short track oval, like a quarter-mile short track oval. Cars, it's kind of like F1 cars fitting in at Monaco. They look just out of place. Didn't even have like the pit lane or anything like on the inside. Very interesting. Anyway, that Daytona 500 in a couple of weeks as well. Anyway, here's Hayden Bevis. Can he get this move done on Morosk? He's been setting him up for about a lap. And he does. Nice work there to Hayden Bevis. He moves up into P23. Wells is looking to get past Gallagher, so he's closed that gap right up now. So that's less than half a second. You can actually see the gap with your own two eyes. And there you go. You can see a little bit of damage there to the rear of that Porsche. So dare say that might be contributing to a little bit of lack of pace. And Wells just sending it down the inside at Forest Elbow. Could have almost come unstuck there. Easy to do. Downhill braking, but instead he's making his way down Conrod Straight. 275 kilometers, 79, 80, 282, 283 he topped out at. Down through the gears. And some action at the front again. Kinero in the pits. Steele in the pits. That's the scrape that he had from early on. So he's been racing the majority of the race with that. And Hederman is in the pits. How long have these guys been in here? So Hederman's been in for 40 seconds. Kinero 24. Zood 19. Steele 40. So that means Lawless is in the lead right now. I reckon we're going to expect about a minute 1, a minute 2. Hederman is just approaching a minute. He is off and away, so he'll make his way out onto the track. And then Steele is the same. And was that Vinny Kinero? Vinny Kinero went extremely short. He was stopped for only 20 seconds, so I don't think he's taking tyres. I think he's just doing fuel. He was stopped for 48 seconds, and he has come out directly behind Jack Steele, who definitely would have taken tyres because he stopped for 32 seconds. Hederman was stopped for 33. So it's a bold strategy from Vinny Kinero. He's going to have to nurse those tyres through pretty much a whole another half of the race. Saw that little scrape on the side there. That was from earlier on as well. And it was looking a little bit ominous for him. It was getting to the point where you think, well, he's going to bin it sooner or later, but he didn't. I had faith in him all along. Ben Newman in the pit, so is James, so is Brunt. Bracefield moves up a spot because of all of that. And let's just do a little check-in on who has stopped, who hasn't. Easy to say who hasn't. So Lawless, Wren, Gallagher and Wells. We're watching Gallagher and Wells on the screen at the moment. They haven't stopped. And neither has Robbins in the 666. He's down there in P7. 996 up the top of the mountain. Where are you, 996? On. Oh, that was Steele! No! What happened, Steele? Oh, no, he's facing the wrong way. And yeah, that's all over for him. Jack Steele. That's race done. And he'd just come out of the pits. So maybe it was cold tyres, not up to pressure. He had Vinny Kinero directly behind him. Maybe it was the pressure from Vinny. I don't know. Lawless, he's in the pits now. So pitting from P6. Hederman goes into P number 4. and I will just have to take a while for the timing to get itself sorted out. As we go back to Wells and Gallagher. So Jack Steele out. So he was in P2 basically outright. So we've seen P1 disconnect. We've seen P2 have an incident across the top of the mountain and have to teleport back to the pits there at D and F. It's a bit of a poison chalice being up the top in the podium spots. Is Lockie Bevis going down the inside there of Robbins. It's a textbook move into Griffin's Bend. Gets the job done, so Lockie Bevis moves up into P6. 8.6 seconds off Vinnie Canero. So Vinnie, I'm pretty sure, did not stop for tyres, just stopped for fuel. So I'll monitor the gap. It's 8.3 seconds, the difference between Canero and Bevis right now. Let's see how this shakes out. Bevis definitely pushing very, very hard right now. Wells, here we go. As good a time as any. He was thinking, still thinking about it. Gallagher getting on the grass, losing a little bit of momentum. Wells, 2 wheels up on the ripple strip, gets it done. Is he going to come into pit? What a cracker. That's so, it's so good. He did all that hard work. He finally got him. And just to race him into the pits. That means Gallagher's going to have to put in a pretty good lap here to try and keep ahead of Wells. And because he wouldn't have too much more fuel left in that. We've been going for nearly 60 minutes, 52 minutes in fact. So he's going to have to put in a pretty cracking lap. We might as well follow him around because there's not many other cars that are quite close at the moment. We're going to have to wait for the field to sort of accordion back up and bunch back up again. As Wells is still in the pits. Will he take tyres? I think he does. Yeah, he does. So, still in there right now. Wells. I'll let you know when he gets going again. In the meantime, we'll watch Andrew Gallagher. I do like this. I love this delivery on this. The pink, it's something a little bit different. You don't get that very often. And Wells still in there. This is a long stop. Long stop. So I wonder if he's repairing some damage. He's already up to a minute 11 and counting. A minute 15. Oh boy. Has he got a problem here? Still stationary. I think he's going. There he goes. Finally, a minute. He was stationary for a minute 1. Wow. Okay. And his total time was a minute 29. So will Andrew Gallagher decide to pit here and try and undercut Wells? We'll have to wait and see. He makes his way through the chase at the end of Conrad. Yeah, I like this livery. It's a nice one. Pink, a little bit different. I'm not too sure if that if the number, the font looks like Jack Daniels. Not too sure if it's supposed to be a reference to that or not, and the old Hoonigan on the front. I dig it. It's cool. I like it. Here's John Zhu though. I like his chances right now of getting past the 666 Mustang of Robbins. Talk about nice liveries. I like this one too. It's quite nice. It makes me think of Target though every time I see it. Just that red, and it's got like the little sort of targets in the front, bottom right, bottom left, right at the front of the car. I'm not too sure what WPR stands for either. What lap did Zhu do then? He did a 2:01.9 versus a 2:03.6, so definitely got the pace right now. Does John Zhu. Robbins just trying to break the toe. Seeing a fair bit of that tonight. 5:51 p.m. in-game time. Still 35 minutes to go. A time scored, a multiplier of 4 for the time. So we're going to see some darker conditions this race will end in. Start to see the lights taking a little bit of effect as well, but those shadows are certainly getting longer. And Robin's doing a great job here of keeping the Lamborghini of Zoo behind him. Robbins has yet to pit. So he, along with Wren and Gallagher just making his way down Conrad. Robbins. That could have been real nasty. It still could be nasty. It's not, though. That was pretty wild there across the top of the mountain. Let's watch the replay of that, I reckon. Let's go on the heli cam. Check it out. So he runs wide. That could have ended in disaster. Then he's come back on again. Zoo just sees him. That could have ended in disaster. And then that is not for position. So that's Marosk, I think, in the Ferraris. We go back to live images. What's Gallagher doing? He's going to continue on. That Porsche does have pretty good fuel mileage. So he's outright P2. He hasn't stopped, though. Neither has Chris Wren. And neither has Robbins. The rest of the field has all stopped. So that's all the pit stops done. We've got 34 minutes still to go in round number 3 of the Aus Team Racing GT3 series. Hope you're all enjoying it. I have so far enjoyed this race. It's been quite good to follow along. Let's see biggest rises, biggest fallers, eh? So, well, the biggest rise is actually on the screen right now. He's up 18 spots. He's yet to pit, but it's legit. Up 25 spots. Up 18 spots. In fact, he started P25. Up 18 spots is Shane Robbins in the 666, so he's flying. Vinny Canero, he's up 12 spots. So he's up 8 spots. I'm looking at the wrong number. He's up 8. Andy Gallagher, he's up 9 spots. Brad Bracefield in the 952. He's up 11 spots. He's the sister car, the 951. That's Kevin Harnett, is up 8 spots. Car in front of them is Jake Green in the Beam Racing entry. He is up 7 spots. Started in 17th, in 10th. Who else? Oh, Andy Bear. He's pitted. So he started 31st. He's in 21st, up 10 spots. And then fallers in the field. Who are the biggest fallers? Philip Hamilton. He's down 13 spots from P6. He's sitting in 19th right now. He has made his stop. And then Simon Phillips in the Meatworks entry. He's down 11 spots. So he started in 14th. Currently in P25. But not too many fallers, which is pretty good. Chris Wren. He's up 5 spots from where he started. He's in the pits right now. That means Andrew Gallagher. Hey, Andrew Gallagher. There he is. He's our race leader. 32 minutes to go. And he's just managing his fuel delightfully. That last lap, though, was a bit rough. 2:05, 1:75. So I think he might have had... Those tyres would be starting to feel very, very average right now. And he's got Hederman lurking ominously in the background. Got the lights ablaze. Half an hour to go. 6:07 in-game time. Lawless has made up a spot on Ren. Ren is out of the pits. And that is not for position. Green. Who's that behind him? Is that Douglas? It is. So that's Dylan Douglas in the 52. He's 23rd right now. But it was the car behind Ren. Where are we? It's Ren. It's Jake Green. It's 4.4 seconds. And then Icarus. He is making ground on Robbins. So one of 2 cars that have not pitted yet. Icarus has. Robbins hasn't. I dare say Icarus on the fresher rubber should make pretty easy work of a car that's had 60 minutes on this set of tyres. Fuel will be great, but yeah, tyres would be feeling a little bit second-hand at this stage. thought about it. He was thinking about it. Showed good restraint then, did Chris. Doesn't want to risk his race unnecessarily. He does a good job there in the Alpha Pack Racing 222 entry. Gallagher has continued around again. He is being closed down though at a rapid pace. You can see Hederman right on the rear wing of that Porsche, sliding it there out through Reed Park and out of the cutting. Oh, Hederman just scraped the wall as well, so he just wants to make sure that this is racing for position, so no blue flags. Entitled to fight. Gallagher is no way have to give this up. I think Icarus gets past. He does. So he takes that position. Let's go on board with Hederman. No Wells. I reckon he accidentally changed brakes. Ah, there you go. Thanks for the heads up, Breno. So that would explain that long pit stop. Hederman's tucked into the draft, pulls out, throws the anchors on. Nice move there from Ben Hederman. And he now leads this race with just under half an hour remaining. A third race distance. And it looks like Icarus and Robbins have swapped positions across the top of the mountain. So at the bottom it was the other way around, but come across the top and out again, it's Robbins in front, and that's Lawless. So this is all for position. Oh, Icarus just squeezing through. Robbins is not going to give this up without a fight. Icarus is going to run wide onto the grass. Oh, that was a sketchy re-entry. All's well that ends well, and Robbins races to the safety of the pit lane and says, all right, I'm done here, boys. I'll leave you to it. So I think that will just leave Gallagher as the only car yet to pit. Wells catching Bracefield at a rapid rate. Yeah, there you go. Less than half seconds. Thanks, Breno Ellis. He's giving me the tips on who to be following. Much appreciated. I want to get back to that Lawless and Icarus battle as well. What sort of times do they do? Bracefield 203.8, 202.4 to Wells. A significant pace advantage. Can he put it to work as they head up Mountain Straight? Lawless is all over the back of Icarus as we speak, and Wells just needs to show probably a little bit of restraint. We'll get past eventually, you would think, with that pace discrepancy. Just got to be patient. His mark. Commit and go. Oh, that's a decent old hit for Wells. It's definitely going to put an end to that. Let's go on board. Let's go on board with Wells. Scraping along the wall. I didn't get the angle that I wanted on that one. Anyway, back to live images. And Wells moved into P11. And then Bracefield down there behind him. Who was I going to chase that? Oh, so what's happened here? Lawless. Yeah, so 1.3 seconds. Super Bogan seemed to like that a lot. Yeah, so Lawless and Icarus, 1.4 seconds is the gap between these two. It was quite close. It was almost just under half a second, in fact. So I'll monitor that. In the meanwhile, though, Bursa is all over the back of Bracefield. I wonder how he's going with that. I wonder how that car's handling right now after giving that wall a fair old whack. And Bursa around the outside gets it done, so he moves up into P12. Wells on the charge. Yeah, so he's 29 seconds off Harnett though at the moment. Last lap around, Harnett did a 2:02.2. Wells did a 2:05, but he got caught up a little bit with Bracefield, so monitor that closely. I'm more interested in this one. Well, Lawless, he was really close to Icarus, and then Chris Wren is making up ground. So last lap, Lawless did a 2:03.680. Wren did a 2:02.150, and then Lockie Bevis is all over the back of Vinny Pinheiro, who's running in P3 right now. He's in a podium place. Let's see how he goes though. Still got just under 24 minutes remaining in this one. I don't know about you, but this has really flown by. I always deem that as a sign of a good race. And yeah, I think we've had a good race so far this evening. Hey, if you think we've had a good race this evening, give the stream a like. If you want to subscribe, you can. Like it, you know. Like doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to watch again if you don't want to. But yeah, give the stream a like. If you want to subscribe, the action's all going to be coming for the remainder of this season. Rounds 4 through to 8 every fortnight for the remainder of the season. So you can buckle in to see how this championship eventually pans out. Andy Gallagher is still going. How is that even possible? So surely it's got to be this lap. Surely. Well, I'll watch him. Let's watch Bevis though, because this is for P3 right now. Will Gallagher pit though? I think he's going to keep on going. Or is he? Yep. Here's another lap. Oh, Pinheiro. Oh, here we go. Can Bevis get a run onto him? Down through Murray's. Going to send it down the inside. Oh, it's pretty tight. Gallagher is in the pits, finally. There you go. So Andrew Gallagher pits after all this time. What did he go? Like 80 minutes? 70 minutes? Yeah, 70 minutes. 70 odd minutes. 60, just under. Porsche can do 8-ish, I think, here on map 4. There you go. Breno Ellis. So he's done a good job there, Andrew Gallagher. Will he decide to take tyres? Or will it just be fuel? It's just fuel. There you go. Nice work from him. So he comes out in P5. He's got, that's the Lexus of, I think that's Etch-a-Sketch. No, that's a Nissan, isn't it? No, wrong one, Nick. It's Icarus. There you go. So yeah, that's Icarus right behind him. Lawless and Chris Wren, and John Zhu is a little bit further up. He's just ahead. So Gallagher in P5 right now. Here's Lockie Bevis. So we've got the pack starting to just accordion back now and condense as we're entering the final 20 minutes. Bevis is really going for it here too. He's driving that car quite aggressively, pushing hard. But it's Hedderman, Pinheiro and Bevis right now, the top three. Zoo's 4.1 seconds off these guys. Gallagher's 18 seconds behind Zoo. So I think he needs to concentrate more on the cars behind him because they are super close. Icarus is within a second, and those other two cars with him are all within a second. So that's a pretty good. That's going to be a good foursome to watch there from 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. See how Bevis navigates this final corner. Nothing really happening there. And this is the pack that I'm talking about. So Gallagher's just pitted. Didn't take tyres. Only fuel. So those tyres will be feeling quite second-hand. Icarus, I think, might even be dealing with a little bit of damage that he took from earlier on. And then Lawless, I'm not too sure what's happened to him. Is that some sort of performance drop-off of some sort? He was quite close earlier on. But anyway, he still is relatively close. It's about a second the gap. And then you've got Chris Wren, and that's Hayden Bevis, I do believe it is. But he's running down in 22nd at the moment, so he's not necessarily in this fight. He's somewhat of a bystander, if you like. The other Bevis, though, he's up there in P3. He's lucky. They got a little bit of traffic to deal with as well. Who is that? I think that's... Is it James? Yeah, it is. Yes. And they got a little bit more straight. Now that's Etch-a-Sketch. And that's some good driving. That's a tricky spot to try and give way, but that is very good driving. Didn't hold either of those guys up. Fantastic work in the Nissan there. We go on board with Bevis. 7 o'clock in game time. Time of the sunset being 7:30, 8 o'clock. This time of year starts to get a little bit darker, a little bit earlier. You sort of start to see the season's beginning to turn. Sort of lap time from Vinny, 2:03.6 to a 2:03 flat, so maybe he just got caught up in a little bit of traffic on that previous lap. That's Zoo just lurking in the background, and that's Icarus getting past Gallagher. So all that good work from Gallagher. I think it's just that the tyre situation is just going to be his biggest hindrance in the final stages of this one. So we'll get back to live images. So he now has Lawless all over the back of him in the Bentley, and that's Chris Wren behind the Bentley. So this was that foursome that I was talking about. Let's see if the Bentley can move past the Porsche. Up Mountain Straight. And yeah, Andy Gallagher, just that tyre differential at the moment is his biggest challenge. Wren's going to try and slip through here as well. He does. So Gallagher drops a couple of spots. Now the other car behind him, that's green. So it's a gap of 6.5 seconds. Where did Gallagher start? He started in P11. So up 3 spots. Gives the wall a little bit of a love tap there. Oh yeah, that's looking like those tyres are over 70 minutes old at this stage on that Porsche. Sparks flying there from the Bentley of Lawless. So he's pushing hard. So he's close right up now on Icarus. So the Bentley looking to make another spot up there. I reckon Icarus got a very poor exit out of Forest Elbow, and that is going to open him up to Lawless getting past. It's a Lexus versus Bentley down Conrod Straight. Can get this done, he does. Nice work there from the Bentley. Lawless, he moves up into P5. Icarus drops down into 6, and he's got Chris Wren right behind him at the moment. Wren has Gallagher behind, but that's alright. Gallagher's struggling with those tyres. Green, it's 5.2 seconds difference. Lockie Bevis and Vinny Canero kind of want to stick with it, but I want to see the replay. Let's see the replay. I think Vinny's got a bit of damage here. Does he? Oh, he goes up the inside and bang into the wall. He hit on like the side. I reckon Lockie is going to redress that. He does. And now he's falling into the clutches of Zoo. And I dare say Vinny will have, I think he'll be feeling some sort of effects from that hit, because it was pretty decent. Can't really see anything from the onboard. We head down the mountain now, seeing some sunset issues. Lockie Bevis just scraping the inside wall. There's sparks flying from that McLaren. And now John Zoo is all over the back of Lockie. We're watching from the rear of the 474. And these two are real magnets for each other, Bevis and Zoo. They were tied together at the hip at Watkins Glen. Not so, Zoo didn't race at Monza. I think Lockie Bevis had a bit of a rough race at Monza as well. And back at it tonight. They've been together for a large portion of this one. As now he and Canero looking to swap positions down the inside, a little bit of contact, bit of Rubbins racing action there, and Lockie Bevis gets it done, as does Zoo. So in the space of 1.5 corners, Vinny Canero has gone from a podium position to P4. But he's not going to stand for it. He's going to fight. 13 minutes to go. So we are getting at the business end of this one. In the meantime, Hederman is absolutely flying still. 2:01.4 on that previous lap. The gap, 30 seconds to Lockie Bevis. So we haven't seen too much of Hederman. He has been the class of the field. And will we will see a new race winner tonight, with Glori Babi unfortunately disconnecting earlier on. It wasn't too long after we started. It was about sort of 10-15 minutes, I think. Is he still circulating? I don't think he is. No, he's pulled the pin on that one, and I reckon that is more than fair enough. This would be one he just wants to put in the bin and just say, nah, done. That'll probably be his drop round, and he'll go on his merry way. So he went 2 from 2. Tonight we will see a new race winner. Will it be Ben Hederman? Lockie Bevis, can he get in there? It's going to take something monumental from him, and it'll take somewhat of a disaster for Hederman to drop out of this one with 12 minutes still to go. But the podium is not sorted yet, because Zoo is still interested in getting in P2 here. Bevis is going to have to hold him off, and Vinny Canero, who's had pace all throughout this race, is going to be in there in the fight as well. So they've got 11.5 minutes to go. It's probably 4 or 5 laps still remaining in this one. Chris Wren, he's down there in 7th position. He's challenging Icarus. He started in 8th. So he's moved up 1 spot. He'd like to make it at least 1 more. What sort of time do we see here from Icarus? He does a 2:02.4 to a 2:02.3. Going down the inside. Oh, Icarus ran wide. It's hard racing there. He raced him hard. Let's see that again. Let's go from the helicam. Yeah, he was far enough up. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was just good hard racing. I like it. Chris Wren up into P6. That was commitment. I liked it. I like it. What about Ben Newman, another Meatworks driver? I like the Meatworks driver deliveries. He's got Nazar ahead of him at the moment. Less than half a second. And then Braithfield. So that's all for position. 13th, 14th, 15th. Keeping an eye on the Bevis and Zoo battle for 2nd and 3rd. Kinera just dropping off a little bit. It's at 1.9 seconds, the gap between those two, with 10 minutes left in this race. Round number 3 of 8. So next fortnight will be the halfway mark. Zoom again. 7:34 in game time. Vinny just dropping off a little bit. Last lap he was 8/10 slower than Zoo and Bevis on that trip around. Zoo was the fastest of the trio, actually. Like I said, the car's just been a little bit unsteady the whole race. But he's held it together. Maybe that's just the way he likes to drive it, John Zhu. Oh. All over the back of that McLaren. So I wonder if Lockie Bevis has just got Watkins Glen, round 1, just running through his mind a little bit at the moment. Just thinking about, he had a podium in his grasp at Watkins Glen, that late race stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane robbed him of that. That was a race where everyone was just leaving it to the latest possible moment to pit. Will that be running through his mind now, just spurring him on a little bit more? And John Zhu will no doubt prefer to finish second rather than third. So he's going to fight all the way to the end. Oh, it's a big slide. So he's pushing all the way to the end. Hedderman just sort of cooling it off a little bit at the moment, just doing a 2:01.4, no big deal. What do those guys do? 2:01.9, 2:02.5 to Zoo, 2:02.5 to Kinero as well. So just settling in right now at those times. Just a little bit of sort of dodging and weaving there from John Zhu. Perhaps he's trying to get the eye, get the attention of Lockie Bevis to have a look in the rear view mirror. Track temperatures dropped dramatically. I haven't necessarily been tracking it throughout. Air temperature and track temperature both the same now, 15 degrees. So that's possibly why we're seeing cars become a little bit trickier to handle with the very much cooler conditions. They adjusted their tyre pressures to suit the stops. Will Gallagher be able to hold off Green? That is a good question. Green now is less than a second behind Gallagher. Last lap around, Gallagher did a 2:03.7. Green did a 2:02.1. So judging by those times, I'm doubtful. But that car does look like those tyres are about 84 minutes old. It's doing a good job to hold it together though, is Andrew Gallagher. I would be thinking more, can he hold on to a top 10 finish? Because he's got Harnett up the road in P10. That's 9 seconds away. He was lapping only half a second faster, so we'll see. Here's Zoo and Bevis. I'll have to flick between these two. Zoo just trying to distract Bevis again, try to force him into a mistake. Here's Green. Will he make a lunge down the inside here? No, he doesn't. What about Zoo. Does he make? Can he make a move up Mountain Straight? Bev is going defensive. Held that line the longest possible time. Not on this trip. Oh, here we go. So here's Green. He's going to send it down the inside through Hell Corner. He got it done, but he couldn't pull it up in time. And so Andrew Gallagher lives to fight another day. That was Bear in the background, but he's down there in P21 at the moment. And nothing doing into Griffins. Have a look at this. This is going to be great to watch. I'm looking forward to this. 4.5 minutes. Can Lockie Bevis hold off the hard-charging John Zoo? Can John Zoo get past the defensive Lockie Bevis? It's going to be good stuff. Good to watch. Have to flick between Gallagher and Green and these two. I was going to say that the bumps down there. Oh, Green has gotten past Gallagher. How did that come about? So across the top of the skyline. And Gallagher done very, very well to keep it off the wall there. And go back to live images. So this is Gallagher, and that's closed the gap between he and Harnett. It's 5.2 seconds. So it'll be a sketchy lap from Gallagher that'll go into the time, be reflective in the time. Harnett, can he close down Gallagher? Did he take fuel? He did, Harnett. Sorry, he took tyres. In the meantime, Hederman cruising a 2-minute .9. That's only a second off qualifying pole position time that we saw. What feels like a long time ago now, but it was only sort of an hour and a half ago. Oh, these two are pushing extremely hard. This is just a great example of two really good drivers just going at it. Hard, fair and clean racing from these two. So I don't think Zoo is close enough, and he hasn't had the speed advantage either. Top speed Lockie Bevis is 289, 287 for Zoo. Funnily enough, 282 to Hederman, but he's leading the pack by 30 seconds, so work that out. Here's Azar and Bracefield, as well as Newman, so they're battling it out for 13th, 14th and 15th. I think Gallagher's going to be safe for now. He's P9, 5.9 seconds is the gap between he and Wells, so that's opened up rather than closed down since we last checked. So I think that's looking pretty good at this stage. I haven't forgotten the battle between Zoo and Bevis, just thought I'd stick with this as we enter the final minutes of what has been a very exciting race. Plenty of action, got 26 runners, so we've lost 6 throughout. Had drama early on with the race leader. A little bit more drama with P2, Jack Steele, crashing out after about roughly the halfway. And then we've had a great battle between these two for a big chunk of this race. Zoo continuing to push. It's been all about Ben Hederman tonight, though. Started in, P3? P4, in fact. It was an all Lexus front row. 8:13 in game time. The lights started to take more and more effect, but we will get the signal very, very shortly.
The leader has finished the race.
No, I thought I've stuffed it. Sorry. Ben Hederman, I thought he was going to do one more lap. I do apologise. Sorry. Oh, that is so bad. Ben Hederman has taken round number 3. Congratulations to him. He started in 4th. I thought he was going to go one more lap, but he would have just made it just like a second before. I do apologise. Sorry, Ben Hederman. He is our race winner. Lockie Bevis is going to hold off. I was so wrapped up in this battle. He's going to hold off for P2. So Lockie Bevis, John Zhu comes home in P3. I do apologise to this man, Ben Hederman. He's taken the win. Ben's first win as well, to Breno Ellis is saying. So big congratulations to him. My sincere apologies for not getting you crossing the line. But it's been a dominating performance for him tonight. Started in P4. He was going toe-to-toe with Glori Babi. So there's no doubt going to shape up to a great race. But then after that, he just blew him away. Won by about 30 seconds. Vinny Canero finishes in 4th. Flawless on season debut. He finishes 5th. Chris Wren in 6th. 7th is Dan Icarus in that Alpha Pack Racing. Then it's Jake Green in 8th. Andy Gallagher ends up finishing P9. Harnett in the Team Kiwi Racing, he finishes 10th. 11th is going to be Wells, and he is going to keep at Bay Bursa. So, where did he begin the race? He began in P13. So, good work to Christian Wells. Matt Bursa, he finishes in 12th. And Brad Bracefield making his way. Azar, Newman, Brunt and Picken will be the last ones to cross on the current lap. And we're going to do it in pretty close proximity. Azar, Newman, Brunt and Nick Picken will be the last man on the final lap. And it was Hamilton, Robbins, James, Baird, Bevis, Phillips, Etch, Douglas, and Ross. 25 finished. I think we're about 26. Anyway, congratulations to this man here. Looks like he's having a little bit of fun out there. Ben Hederman started 4th, and a dominating victory from him. Some celebratory donuts. John Zhu in 2nd. It was Lockie Bevis in P3. Looks like he's already ducked out. Vinny Canero 4th. What about AM finishes? I don't think we had any AM finishes. I don't think we did. If we did, I missed them. And I think Icarus finished the top of Pro-Am as well. So that would be his second class victory as well. So once again, my apologies to Ben Hederman for not getting you crossing the line. I do apologise for that. I thought we had a little bit more time. But that is it, everyone. That is round 3 in the books. We're all wrapped up here. So I'm going to have to get post-race interviews sorted for next time. But we're all done, everyone. So I hope you all enjoyed that. That was round number 3 in the books. We're heading off. Round number 4 is... where are we going to be? Round number 4. Let me tell you right now. Round number 4... will be at Zolder. There you go. So that will be I do believe a 60-minute race. Should be anyway. Yeah, in a couple of weeks. So same place, same time, same channel. I hope you all enjoyed tonight. That was fantastic. Hope the people up there on the mountain for the 12-hour this weekend have a great time. Stay safe and stay warm up there. I'm not too sure what the weather's like at the moment. But yeah, hope you all had a time. Thanks for everyone following along in the chat as well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the stream a like. If you want, you can subscribe as well. And if you do want to get in contact with this league, there is a link in the chat to their website where you can get a link to the Discord. And you can find out about joining if you so wish. Great. All right. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. My name's Nick. I'll see you in a couple